Oh my god, dude. Yeah, fuck that. A tiger-sized chicken, bro. Fuck, dude. Tigers weigh like.
Imagine how fast that fucker could run.
Imagine how fast and how bulky that fucking thing is, dude. Yeah, no way. I'm doing
When
it.
it flap its wings, like you'd be 100 feet away and it'd hit you in the head.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Q&A Friday, where me and maybe a guest answer your questions. If you have a question you want answered on this podcast, email roughneckspodcast@gmail.com. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to tell you guys about Desert Fox Golf. I've recently partnered up with them, and they have some awesome products that you definitely want to check out. They have something called the Phone Caddy, which is the best phone holder in golf. It comes in many different colors, and they even have ones with funny sayings on it, like, I work to support my golf habit, and it takes a lot of balls to play like me. If you are like me and like to use a golf app while you're playing, then this is the thing for you, because it holds your phone in a convenient location right on the golf cart. They even have a cigar holder attachment for it. One of my favorite things is their drink aid tumblers. They have these awesome 17-ounce stainless tumblers with a screw-on lid to hold your favorite beverage while playing around a golf. They have different versions from the classic swing aid to nurse aid, hunting aid, fishing aid, and my personal favorite design, the Patriot Aid tumbler. Head over to desertfoxgolf.com and use the promo code Roughnecks for 10% off your order. But let's get into today's guest. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. This is episode number 170, so that means it is Q&A Friday, number 9. Joining me today is a voice you are very familiar with, but he's on a different type of episode this time. He's been on these before. I think you were on the first ever one.
Yeah, I think it was.
Dante, here for a Q&A, not a drinking, even though we are having a few brewskis. It's been a long week, all right? Don't judge us.
Hey, we're just taking the edge off over here. That's all we're doing. What's up?
This is not a Hold My Beer episode. This is a Q&A episode, but got a couple things. First off, volleyball tournament coming up in a couple months. We are, what, May, June, July? 2 months away about. By the time this comes out, it'll be less than 2 months away. Dante's going to have a team. Reno's going to have a team. There's going to be a lot of 16-team tournament, volleyball tournament. Sign up for it on roughneckspodcast.com. If you sign up, you're guaranteed a t-shirt. Who doesn't love free shit? I mean, you love free shit, don't you?
Oh, I love free shit. You know, I'm pretty much signing up for the shirt. So just letting you know, my volleyball skills are not up to par, but I'm ready for the t-shirt.
It's okay. I won't be playing, so I'll just be watching everybody enjoy themselves. What is she doing with the dogs in my backyard?
Oh, I definitely locked the door, dude. Should I go and lock it?
Fuck.
Oh, okay.
Because if she brings the dogs in, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, the dog. Well, one of our dogs. This is a complete side conversation, but Sierra's outside with the dogs. Our one dog, that one right there, done, the black one. He will not poop on a leash. He's only done it twice since we've had him. He refuses to poop on the leash. I don't know why, but that's just what he does. He'll pee, but he will not poop.
He just wants to find his glorious spot by himself.
It's by the fire pit. That's what pisses me off. And I'm like, dude, at least go to the corner of the yard or something where this summer I'm going to be before we have people over for a fire out there with my flashlight and scooping up dog poop so nobody steps in it.
Or the fire's just going to smell like shit the whole time.
Yeah, but it's funny because you'll take him on his walk, because right now we're not walking him in the backyard or letting him in the backyard as much because I got the grass seed down trying so they don't ruin it before it even comes up. And we'll walk him around the neighborhood. He'll pee, but we know he has to poop because he poops every time he goes outside. We'll let him in the fence. He will run down, poop, and run right back to you. So it's nice. He at least doesn't just play this game. He just goes and gets it done. But he has his spot in the backyard that he has to go poop.
Man just wants some privacy, you know.
This Pax just stare at you if you're staring at him pooping, and he gives you the look quit looking at me.
Oh yeah, literally Pax is since we have that electric fence, he'll go to the corners of the yard to poop, but as soon as he squats down, he instantly locks eyes with you. And I feel awkward. I know he might feel awkward, so I try to look away sometimes. Look back and he's still staring. What the hell?
Yeah. But so volleyball tournament. Oh, how to get your question? Well, we'll go into that in a minute. But let's get into sweaty for a second because Monday the 8th May 8th was the latest. Well, it'll come out. They'll have another episode before then, but the episode of Sweaty that I was on with you and Jake, and man, oh man, was that a good time.
Yeah, first guest episode. It was a great time, honestly. I was super excited for the first guest episode. It came and went, but I think we got some really good content. Great episode. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out.
And if you guys did not know, I am a 14-time Bass Pro champion. All right. So get that through your head and remember that because you'll need to. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. And I think you guys have talked, like some people probably think it's like you guys just messing around and it's kind of a comedy show, but it's not. Like you guys are having a lot of fun, which is what working out should be. It should be fun. It shouldn't be a chore. It should, like, I mean, once you get into that mindset, it may, like, working out sucks in general. Right. But if you're having fun while doing it with buddies and like not just going through the motions, it's a lot of fun. So you guys are having fun with it, but you guys are also, like I told you when you got here, I was sore for like 5 fucking days. Like my back. Jake put us through that is the best back workout, like all around back workout that I've ever been through in my entire life.
Yeah, I was absolutely toasted. I woke up on so I woke up on Sunday and I didn't think I could get out of bed. I was like, oh my God, my back, dude.
Sarah gave me crap because every time I bent over to grab something, I made like a
yeah.
And she's like, you sound like an old man. And I'm like, I feel like one right now. Like it hurts to bend over.
Yeah, it was but I mean, that's honestly the whole goal is to, I mean, yeah, like just based on the episodes, you might not see how hard we actually do go, but like we go really hard, but we want to make it a good experience, a fun time too. So that's the whole show. That's the whole purpose, you know?
I'm excited to see you guys get some other guests on there too. That'll be, because you'll have probably a different variety of people from like beginners to people like me who have been working out for a long time and not too far out of it. But, you know, it's Jake has some great knowledge. You bring the juice. Like, it's just a great combination between you two. Right. So I feel like that show, it's a really good time. The sauna, my first ever experience in the sauna was awesome. God, I don't know what I expected, but like literally when you walk in there, the only thing I can picture or think of is like, this is what Florida feels like. Like you're just walking into mugginess that essentially like takes your breath away.
Yeah, literally, like the first thing, as soon as you step in, you gotta really think about breathing. Like, that's the whole thing. It's like, okay, let me make sure I breathe, because if not, I'm gonna pass the fuck out.
Yeah. And then after you get hot, you go get cold with the ice bath. I had to do a nice 15-second dunk. It was more of like a 10-second, but I still did the 10 seconds. So, you know, I lost the challenge, so it was only fair. The best part was that you or Jake that was like, how did you do that? Jake, and I was like, I have no idea. Like, it was just one of those, like, I was down there and I was like, I hear you guys kind of like, it's when you're underwater, you can hear words, but you don't know what somebody's saying. So you're like, oh. I'm like, all right, it's not the cold that's getting to me. I'm running out of breath.
Yeah, no, that was crazy. I still haven't dunked my head, so like kudos to you, because I'm gonna have to dunk it sooner or later.
I feel like it should be a weekly thing with somebody, like whether it's the guest or like one of you guys, like somebody has to try it once.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, even on the previous episodes, he's tried to get me to dunk my head, and I said I would, and then at the end of it, he just ends up doing it.
I remember the video with the cap on your head.
I just do not like the cold. It's still getting a little better, though. Getting a little better.
See, this winter, you just need to go like lay in the snow in your shorts and t-shirt.
Literally.
But this is Q&A Friday, so we'll get into the questions. Q&A Friday is where me and a guest, today we have Dante, obviously. We'll sit here and answer questions from you, the fans. And these questions can be about literally anything. Me and Dante have answered some crazy questions, some deeper questions. They can be funny, they can be stupid, they can be deep, they can be personal. You can, like, it's anonymous. You don't have to say your name or tell me not to mention who you are. If that's what you want, and I can do that. Doesn't matter to me. Just submit the questions, and there's kind of 3 different ways you can submit those questions. Really 2. One is DM us on social media at Roughnecks Podcast. Send those over, and they'll get put in the queue for the next Q&A Friday. The other is you can email them to roughneckspodcast@gmail.com, where they will also get put into the queue. A third one is sometimes we'll post on the Roughnecks Instagram story, where with the little question box that you can submit your questions there as well. I go back and look at those. It's where I got a lot of the ones from today. But let's get into Q&A Friday. I made a Quizlet of all the questions.
Oh shit, bet.
I couldn't think of any other app that like I could like make essentially like a flashcard where it has like a heading and then you flip it over instead of having my email up. I was like, fuck it, I'll make a Quizlet and then it'll shuffle it. And so we'll see a heading, then we'll answer the question on the other side.
Dude, I haven't ripped a Quizlet since college. Holy shit.
I don't even know if I did in college. I think I just did in high school.
Used to rip Quizlets, man.
All right, first question, bucket list.
Wow.
What is one item on your bucket list? Dante, I'm going to throw it to you to start.
One item on my bucket list is to retire my mom.
Nice. That's a good one. Now I don't feel as good about mine. That's a really good one. I mean, your mom's everything to you. Everybody knows that. And awesome person. So I like that a lot. Now I kind of feel like shit for mine. But mine is to go out west. That's always been something that I've wanted to do, like Montana, Utah, somewhere out, Arizona, out that way in the mountains. I want to go experience it once. I kind of would like to like go like Yellowstone.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Be
bro.
there. That'd be not. I'm not talking Yellowstone TV show. I'm talking about Yellowstone, like the actual place. But that's somewhere I've always wanted to go. Something I've always wanted to do. So
what's like the farthest west you've been?
Ooh, probably I've been to Illinois, right? I don't know. I haven't been far west. I've been more south and east and north. But I really don't travel west besides like west is like Indiana, right?
Yeah.
Indiana,
You would have went to Indiana for like football games.
Yeah, and I've gone to Indy a few times. So I've been to Indiana a handful of times, but I can't say if I've ever been to Illinois. So I really honestly think Indiana is the furthest that I remember going.
I mean, I've only been like one place west, and that was Washington, Washington State. And dude, it is gorgeous.
Every state out that direction. And I don't care what your views are on California. There is a lot of beautiful scenery, city life, and country life in California as well.
Yeah, if you think about it though, dude, Ohio is like, I mean, yeah, it's like hilly at times, but we don't have fucking mountains. So like when you and I, if we were to go out west and see mountains for the first time, like, holy
dude, I remember
shit.
when I was in Tennessee, or I went to Tennessee and stayed in a cabin with a bunch of my college buddies back when I was in college. And then I also went to North Carolina, the Blue Ridge Mountains. Would have been like the summer before my senior year of college. And like just being there, you're like, this is nothing. Like driving up to the cabin and stuff, it's like this hill is straight up and down, and we think we have bad driveways in the winter.
No, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Being able to see a mountain in the distance with snow at the top still, and it's like, say it's 80 degrees where you're actually standing, you're like, holy shit, dude, that is a giant.
I'm standing in 80 degrees, but I literally see snow, so I know what, like, it's cold.
Right. Just a giant
I feel like it'd be cool to climb a mountain.
Yeah, I don't know, would you want to do the type of trip where you climb it and like you gotta fucking hunker down, set up camp, and then keep climbing?
Yes, but I don't know if I'd ever be prepared. Like, I'd literally have to put in so much time because, like, that's the thing with all the elevation changes. You have to, like, go up, then you actually come back down to camp, and then go up more, come back down a little bit. Like, you just kind of keep going back
especially
and forth.
for those big-ass ones,
That
mountains.
sucks so much to be like, all right, let's climb. We're up here. Let's set up camp. No, we got to go back down. No, I'm not climbing up this motherfucker again.
Dude, I feel like, well, this is random. Maybe aliens. I don't even know if that's my biggest fear, but fucking bears, dude.
Yeah.
Like that would tweak me out, bro. Bears, like.
I was listening to a podcast today, and it's a hunting podcast, Cam Haynes, and he was talking about how, like, this guy was, like, knew there was a bear in this cave hibernating, and he wanted to get a look at it. So, like, he peeked his head in, and all of a sudden he came, like, flying back because the bear swiped at him and came out. Luckily, one of the guys was carrying and ended up shooting it. But it was like, dude, why the hell would you even want to? But this dude also, like, he died hunting those mountain goats that, like, stand on the side of mountain, like, cliffs and stuff.
So he has a podcast but passed away?
No, so it was the guy he was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cam Haynes is the guy that the podcast I was listening to, and that dude's insane. Hunting wise, has killed more elk, like better elk than anybody I think I've ever seen. But also runs like the Goggins races where he runs like the 100 milers and stuff.
Ultra marathon.
Yes, he runs like him and Goggins are really good friends.
Okay.
So, but like but I was just like, Jesus, why would you even want? If I knew a bear was in the cave, I'd just be like, "Where's my drone?"
I mean, especially when it's like, even if it's hibernating, bro. Obviously, he wasn't fucking sleeping that heavy. If you woke up when you just peek your head in. Golly, bears are insane.
Yes, they are. No, lost their screen. All right, next question. So I know this question, and I asked the guys at work because I was like, all right, Reno sent this question over. Shout out Reno. But it was hilarious. I was reading it, and I had to read it like 3 times to understand it. But I was like, okay, now I'm following. But it is a funny question. Chicken or tiger? Battle to death against either 10 chicken-sized tigers or 1 tiger-sized chicken.
Oh shit. Dude, I'm taking the 1 tiger-sized chicken. No, hold on.
So it's a chicken the size of a tiger, or 10 tigers the size of a chicken.
Oh shit. Oh, I'm taking the tiger-sized chicken for sure. Just
Seriously?
I think, bro, because I still think about cats, bro. Cats are like mini tigers, but they don't have that like killer instinct like tigers.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with you on that, but think about this. They're like kittens at that point. So you could like pick them up and throw them and
That
like
is
kick
true.
them and just get them the hell away from you.
That is true.
Imagine a chicken-sized tiger pecking you.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Your eye's
dude.
Gone. Your eye is gone.
I might have to go with the chicken-sized tiger.
It's a tough one though, because like honestly, like, all right, you got one chicken that you can maneuver around and like break its neck.
Hypothetically, yeah.
But it's almost like breaking a human's neck. Like that's kind of the size that I know it's like going to be smaller, but if that thing gets up on its 4 legs or up on its 2 legs, I guess it'll be on 2 legs. So like, here's the real question though: is it a tiger that's standing up on 2 legs, or is it a tiger on 4 legs? So if it's a tiger on 4, well, tigers are big, so I don't know.
Tigers are fucking massive, dude. They're bigger than, I think they're bigger than lions.
They're bigger.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, fuck that. A tiger-sized chicken, bro. Fuck, dude. Tigers weigh like.
Imagine how fast that fucker could run.
Imagine how fast and how bulky that fucking thing is, dude. Yeah, no way. I'm doing
When
it.
it flap its wings, like you'd be 100 feet away and it'd hit you in the head.
Dude, yeah, the 10 chicken-sized tigers, I'm gonna have to just battle to the death with them, because the 1 tiger-sized chicken, dude, I forgot how massive tigers are.
Yeah, because like I feel like we think of we see pictures of them, so the pictures of tigers do not do them justice
At all, dude.
Those things are ginormous.
Fuck.
That'd be
Yeah,
insane.
dude. I don't know how much tigers weigh, but I'm pretty sure, dude, it's probably.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, let's look it up real quick, because that'll clarify my worry right here. What the fuck?
Oh shit, 680. All right, so tiger's mass. This is looking up on Google. First thing that popped up: a male adult is 200 to 680 pounds. A female is 140 to 370 pounds.
Dude, 680 pounds? What the fuck?
Look at the picture of those other motherfuckers, though.
Yeah, they're
That
massive.
tiger cub is the size of my dog.
Literally. Dude. Yeah, fuck that. I'm doing the 10 chicken-sized tigers, bro. I'm straight fucking teeing off on them. I'm gonna have to. That's the only way. There's no way you're beating a tiger-sized chicken.
Oh my god. So a Bengal tiger, which I believe are the biggest tigers, can weigh 440 to 5, like on average the males weigh 441 pounds to 575 pounds.
Yeah, bro. No one's beating a chicken that size.
Golly. I didn't realize they were that big.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I could see the 200 pounds. I didn't think like heavier than that.
Like, it has to be fat as fuck at that point, right? Like,
And those things can climb trees.
a 600-pound tiger? How's a tree fucking holding that up?
Now imagine a little kitten of that running at you though. Now, do they have the same? But their teeth wouldn't be fully developed then, if they're like, because they're kind of good. Well, even if they are, they're not. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, they wouldn't be the size of a full-grown tiger. So, I mean, dude, you get a weapon at least, like a fucking baseball bat. If I had a baseball bat with 10 chickens, or chicken-sized tigers, I'm going crazy. But bare hands, I don't
give
know.
me my boots. I'm just gonna start punting, buddy. Like it's just teeing off.
Holy shit, tigers
I'm
are
just curious.
insane.
Like I want to see what all these websites say. This is Discovery, so I feel like this is
Oh, yep.
pretty accurate.
National Geographic.
It lags so much when it's on the TV. I don't see a weight there. Yeah, God, those things just look scary.
Dude, so scary. What the fuck?
Tiger weight doesn't vary, but it doesn't give a weight.
Tiger weight at birth.
So I feel like this is more 1.6 kilograms.
Can we convert that to pounds?
That's a newborn. Please? So let's say a 3 to 4 month probably. Hey Siri, where's my phone? You got yours?
Yep, I got mine.
I can't find mine.
45 kilograms.
Yeah, see what 45 kilograms to pounds. Sorry for all you European people who.
You're fucking kidding me, bro. 100 pounds at 3 to 4 months.
Okay, that's not the size of a chicken
at all.
It's going to be more of a newborn, which is like 1 kilogram.
But yeah, what's the newborn? So 1.6. 1.6. Oh, that's only 3 pounds.
Oh, getting launched. That's what a chicken weighs, right? I don't know.
I mean, depends on the chicken, I guess. But
I don't know. I'm still going with the 10 chickens here, or 10 tiger-sized chickens, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I'm gonna like second you on that because I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with the 1 tiger-sized chicken because I was thinking
I'm glad we looked up the weight though because that really puts it into perspective.
Yeah, dude. There's no way you're
400-pound chicken.
You're not doing shit with that.
You are the egg now. It's just gonna sit on you, and you are the egg.
Dude, fuck.
Oh Lord. Quotes. What quote resonates with you the most? I'll kick this one off because I already know what I'm going to answer because I have it hanging right there. And it is the Rocky Balboa quote that says, "The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life, but it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done."
Damn, yeah, that's a fire quote.
And I mean, that's kind of somewhat where the inspiration of Grab the Bowl came from a little bit. And that's, I mean, I used to like listen to that quote, just that quote on YouTube from like when things would get tough in college. Like in college is kind of where it came from. And you know how it is in college. Like you feel like everything's falling apart at times because like you have 12 things that you have to do, but you are tired as crap. It's already midnight. You still have 3 pages to write on this paper. You have no idea what else to write. Like just things would start going wrong. And that quote, I mean, it's the truth. Like no one's going to hit harder than life. Life is going to hit you in the fucking face and knock you down. But it's not about, what does he say? It's not about how hard you can get hit, or it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. And that's like the whole thing is like, you're going to get knocked down. You have to get up and grab the bull by the horns, or you just have to keep moving forward is the biggest thing.
Honestly, like I don't have like the full quote on top of my head, so I might not say it correctly, but like the one quote that really, I think I heard it in like middle school or high school. It's like, when you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful or some shit like that.
E.T. baby.
Yeah.
Eric Thomas. It was, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you will be successful.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, that quote, I mean, honestly, it's true because he talked about like 50 Cent of when he was recording a movie and like somebody asked him, like, when's the last time you slept? And he's like 3 days ago. And they're like, what? And he's like, dude, we got too much work. Like he's just constantly he's doing music. He was doing the movie. He was doing all this stuff at once. And he's like, yeah, I'm grinding right now.
Right.
Was it Beyonce or Rihanna, one of the two, they asked her last time that she ate, and she said like 3 days ago or something. And they're like, you don't think about that when you're in the grind mode and that kind of stuff, which maybe isn't the healthiest way to do things, but you know what it is. It is what it is. But like that is true. Like when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you will be successful.
Yeah,
Because you have to breathe.
That's your livelihood,
So I like that one. No, it hasn't popped up. It's on shuffle, so I just didn't know why you were standing there staring at us. New things. Wow, convenient.
Wow.
Serious question. Not even planned. 3 new things you would like to learn to do this year.
Oh, okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'd say one would be like just get better at cooking, meal prepping. I think that would save me a lot of time, and just diet wise, I think it would be very beneficial instead of just like fucking scrapping together bullshit to eat every day. It's like like meal prepping, at least you have like, okay, hey, it's already ready, let me just eat it instead of like, oh, what am I gonna eat? Number 2, I would say, oh shit.
Yeah, why'd you have to say 3, Sierra? Why couldn't you have said like 1?
Maybe learn a few more songs on the ukulele. That would be cool. I have a little ukulele at home that I have, like fuck around on it. I'm not good by any means, but it's like a good time when I'm just relaxing. And then number 3, I would say, just get better at editing videos and content in general. So I'm still really new to editing videos and content, but I could see the progress. But I think just learning more about it and how to do certain things. Like you see a bunch of cool ass videos, you're like,
yes.
How the hell did they do that? Like learning how to do those little subtle things would be super cool.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it sucks too, because like as content people, we're like, we see these videos and you're like, I want to do that, and then you try it and you're like, that's not anywhere near as good as that one I watched. And it's like, well, it doesn't help that my camera is complete trash.
Right.
My 3 things, I do have one similar to you. I want to learn the guitar better. I started learning, fell off of it because I got busy with other things and it wasn't like my top priority. You can hear the dog on the microphone. I apologize. My dog, Sierra's down here, so the dog has separation anxiety, which we learned like 2 of the top breeds of separation anxiety is German Shepherd and Australian Shepherd. That's what he is a German Shepherd and Australian Shepherd mix. So it was like, well, great. Shit. That's why he whines so much. Like anytime, but it's weird. Like he doesn't whine a ton in his kennel when you leave in the morning, but he usually goes to his kennel before we even leave because he's like, I'm ready to like take a nap, so like, get out of here. But yeah, so learn guitar. The second one is I want to learn how to do like designs, 2D and 3D with like the work that I do. So like designing the pool. Okay. So I started learning 3D a year or so ago, a little over a year ago, probably. It was in the winter. Started learning 3D, and it's really fun. It's really challenging at times. Like everything will go good, and like you'll design it out in 2D. And then you'll start like trying to make it 3D, and like you won't have one line connected, so it screws like everything up. And then you have to try and find which line it is. It's really fun to do, but it's really time consuming.
So is that, or I'll ask you this after you say your third one.
And then the third one, I had a third one. No, I can't remember what the one was. Oh, my third one is I want to get better. So I've started making things out of leather. I started doing some leather work. I want to get better at that and like kind of really learn more of the ins and outs of it, not just like the basic side of it, more of how to, freehand as like literally come up with my own designs and not like be tracing stencils, and how to stamp. The stamping's the one thing that I'm kind of struggling with because like you like pound the stamping into it. Like, will you grab that knife, Sierra? It's up there by the. She got me this knife for Christmas. But like the stamping, all that kind of stuff on there, mine don't look as good as that. So I don't know. I'm trying to learn how to do that. And some of them turn out decent. Some of them just kind of turn out like crap. But yeah, those are my 3.
The one thing I was going to ask about like the 2D, 3D, is that how you, like when you're like, not even like quoting someone for a job, but like figuring out how you're going to build a pool, you make a 3D design of it first?
So 3Ds for us cost like and I feel like for most people they cost extra because they're very time consuming.
Okay.
2Ds usually come with like that's included so that they get an idea. And like I know my boss makes a 2D of every pool that we do, just so like especially if we're doing like patio around it. That way we know like what measurement off the house the pool needs to be, and because like you can actually import. It's crazy. I found out you can import like people's house designs, just like the outside dimensions, into like a CAD, which is the program, and as a CAD file, download it, and it'll already have all the measurements on it there for you. So like then you can like draw in the pool, and if we're doing the patio, you can put in the design of the patio, put all the lines like literally where you'll see lines on the pavers, and mark it and color it even. It's really cool to do. I might have some pictures that I can show you later, but yeah, it's 2D and 3D. It's really fun.
Yeah, that's dope. Because I always wondered, like, I mean, obviously y'all go out there to like the site and like see like the space you're working with, but I always wondered how, like, when you first start digging, like how do you know where to start digging, you know?
Well, yeah, see, the other thing is me and the other guy show up to the job and we're like, where's the pool going?
Yeah.
Like, we know it's going in the backyard here somewhere, but like, what's the measurements? So we actually will go through usually like with string lines and squares and like literally perfectly lining it up. And we'll put stakes and then we'll paint it all out.
Okay.
And then when we put the pool in the ground, like we usually have either the house or a deck or a existing patio that we're measuring off of, like on each side of it to make sure it's square. And, you know, sometimes you're like a quarter inch out, but no one's going to notice a quarter inch over like 15 feet. Like, so it's, yeah, the measurements. That's the thing is like people sometimes see us like you guys are just out there always like measuring stuff, and it's like be glad that we are, and not just like look good here. Sure.
Yeah, if you just plopped a pool in the middle of someone's yard, it's not gonna be even or anything. You definitely gotta measure it.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's a 3D design.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's not a real thing. Like that's a 3D design.
That's insane,
dude. Some of them like you can make water move and have water noises. It's insane how like crazy it can get. They're insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
I was not on that level. I built a playground once. It didn't look real. But boats. I forget what this question is, to be honest. Who is gonna thanks, Jake. I'm gonna carry the motherfucking boats. That's who's gonna carry the boats.
Yeah, I ain't carrying shit.
Have you read Goggins, didn't you? Or
I have it. I haven't read it yet though.
So I'm like 4 or 5 chapters into it. It's fucking good.
Is it?
Yes. It's like the first 2 chapters, I'll be honest, no spoilers here, but so like the first 2 chapters are about like his childhood and growing up. Ooh.
Crazy.
That motherfucker had it worse than anybody I've ever heard of in my life.
Goodness.
And you've seen the guy. You couldn't tell.
Right.
Like, you can't tell that dude had a shit childhood. He had a shit childhood. And turned out to be an amazing motherfucker.
A fucking monster. That's what he is, man.
Yeah, but then right now I'm going through his SEAL training stuff.
Oh, okay.
When he went to SEAL training and all that. It was, it's good.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything for you because you haven't read it. I want you to read it for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to dive into that sooner or later. I mean,
everybody that I've talked to that read that book is like, that book's fucking sweet.
It's just, I like reading real shit like that. Like, I mean, obviously there's a time and a place to read some like fucking like, what is that? Fiction? Fiction is
nonfiction's real, fiction.
Some fiction shit. Right, yeah. There's a time and a place to read fiction, but like those nonfiction are just like life story books, like really, like, cause I read Corey G's book. That was like the first, but like, cause I don't really like reading, but I needed to get into reading, so I read that. It's a short and sweet book, but just reading people's story really makes you realize, like, damn, man, like anybody can do this, anybody can be successful. You just gotta fucking grind.
Yeah, I mean, most of the books I honestly have are nonfiction. They're like life books. So like, I'm trying to think. Nick Lavery's book, Objective Secure, it's about him and his life story and kind of some of the things he went through. I mean, I guess it's considered nonfiction, like The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. It's not about anybody, but it's like kind of a self-help book in a way. That one I read. everything that I have a couple nonfiction or fiction, but pretty much everything's nonfiction because like I want to read something that's going to help me grow.
Right.
Like Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's one of my next books that I'm reading. 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. The like something that is going to help. Like I don't want to just read. I don't read for fun necessarily. I read because I want to learn.
You read to grow type
Yes,
deal.
literally.
You
Lunge and learn, read and learn.
know? Yeah.
Fast food.
Oh shit.
What is the best fast food place?
Ooh. For me, I would honestly say, I got a couple. Shake Shack is fucking fire. Have you ever had Shake
I
Shack?
can't say I have.
Oh, there's one by Easton. It's super, super good. But also Cane's is up there for me too. I fucking love Cane's.
I feel like Cane's is so overrated. Don't get me wrong, it is good. But, alright, is it the chicken or is it the bread?
Oh.
Or is it the sauce?
Well, the sauce just makes. I mean, the sauce is
The sauce goes good with the fries, with the bread, with the
literally,
chicken.
yeah. The sauce makes the meal, but I like the bread is super good. The chicken, like, dude, the chicken isn't like, oh my goodness, this is the best chicken I've ever had.
But when you put it in the sauce, it's
Yeah.
like, damn, this is good.
Or, dude, another place. I don't know if you consider this fast food. Have you been to Bud Dairy?
No,
Yeah.
I
It's
haven't.
Bud Dairy Food Hall. It's downtown Columbus. It's pretty much like a bar, but I mean, there's a bar on every floor. It's like 3 or 4 stories, but at the ground level floor, they have a shit ton of restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and bro, if you ever go there, get Cluck Norris.
Cluck Norris?
Dude, it's chicken.
It's a hell of a name.
Dude, that is the best chicken I think I've ever had. Get the Angry Bird if you go. It's a chicken sandwich.
Dude,
Oh
they're so smart with their Cluck Norris. First off, that's a thing off Chuck Norris. It might even be Chuck Norris's thing. I don't know. But then you also got the Angry Bird, like Angry Bird. Damn, they're good with their marketing.
They are good with their marketing, bro. It's so good. Liv and I get it. Like we work right by it. We can like pretty much walk to Bud Dairy, but sometimes after work we'll just go over there and get some Cluck Norris and then get a few beverages, and dude, it's so good.
Dude, speaking of that, I'm going to speak on it. It'll be happen already, but me and Sierra are going and doing goat yoga this weekend.
Goat yoga?
You ever seen it?
No.
So like you're doing yoga, but they have like a bunch of like baby goats, I guess, that will like jump on you like while you're doing yoga and stuff.
Oh shit.
I'm excited for it.
Where's
actually.
that at?
We're doing it. I think it's in Millersport or no, Granville Brewing.
Oh, okay.
I think so. That's what is even better is like when I get done, I can be like, I sat through goat yoga with you. We're getting beers.
Yeah, we're getting a flight real quick, you know.
Like it's happening, but I'll talk more on that and maybe on the Hold My Beer episode.
Damn, that's dope. Goat yoga.
My opinion on the best fast food place, not by quality wise, just by convenience and like it never really sounds bad to me, and it is such a good thing when you're drinking. Taco Bell.
Oh, okay.
I'm going with Taco Bell's like my go-to. Like that's the place. Like if I had to, like, hey, you got one place you can go right now. Where are you going? I'm like fucking Taco Bell.
Tastes good going in, but coming out, no.
Hey, I don't care about coming out. I eat so many spicy food as it is. It's all the same every day.
No, but I will say some drunk T-Bell is absolutely slap, man.
Dude.
You can't beat that.
You know how many times when I lived right down the road from Taco Bell, when I lived by myself in Pataskala, I would DoorDash because I'd be too drunk. And I'm like, I'm going to do the smart thing and not go out and drive. So I'd DoorDash myself some Taco Bell, but dude, I would spend like $50 on myself. And like, I'd be like halfway through my meal and I'm like, I got so much food. I don't know if I can eat it all. But then by the end, I'm like, I ate it all.
Yeah. Yeah, Taco Bell, especially when you've had some beverages, it's so good.
Yeah, Taco Bell's my go-to. Reno, what is I want you to answer in the next Reno's Rants, which is the following week. Next week, I want you to answer what is your favorite fast food place.
Reno's a fucking tank. I feel like he doesn't even eat fast food.
And I need Reno to answer the chicken and tiger question. You have to answer that one as well.
Oh, yeah. Reno's a machine. There's no way he even touches fast food.
Speaking of Reno, I'll announce it. So we're gonna do a Hold My Beer episode, and it's gonna be the next Hold My Beer episode. Me, you, and Reno.
That's gonna be so fun.
That's gonna be a fun one,
dude. I haven't talked to Reno. Like, I don't think I've seen Reno in person since. Do you remember that time where he came and talked to our high school football team?
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in person since then.
dude, he's a big motherfucker.
I know he's fucking big. That's why I said he probably doesn't.
Reno, you might have to sit in a separate chair. You might break my futon more than it's already broke. I'm not calling you fat. You're just a big human.
Just a big boy.
Name. What is the worst way someone has butchered your name?
Ooh.
And I feel like you got more of this than me.
Yeah, I mean, so like people have called me like Dante.
Dante.
Yeah, Dante.
What are you, like a laundry detergent?
I don't fucking know,
I
dude.
think of the laundry detergent when I hear that.
Yeah, literally, Dante is probably the absolute worst. Someone like, hey, how you doing, Dante? I'm like, all right, come, what, like, you've never seen fucking like Dante's Inferno? Like, it's the same spelling, bro.
Like if I saw that, I don't like if I was like, say, a substitute teacher. That was always the best, is when substitute teachers went through names and they'd fuck up like 3 of them, and you're like, but then they like mispronounce one, and you're like, look at them like,
Yeah, like,
how did you get that?
like literally look at the word and just sound
Like,
it out.
have you ever seen the substitute teacher skit with like
Key and
Key and
Peele?
Peele?
Oh yeah,
Hey, Ron,
shit's so
go
funny.
down to Oshag Hennessy's office. Principal O'Shaughnessy? Yeah, I don't know. Dante's not what I would think. Like,
What would you
Dante
think?
makes sense. Like that, I don't know if maybe it's just because I've known you for forever, but like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I
wouldn't-
don't know where people. I mean, I guess maybe the accent on the E, they kind of like. I guess, dude, but I don't. That's probably the only way really someone's butchered my name. People have called me like Devante and stuff, but that's more like people not even looking at my
not
name.
looking at it or not listening to it when you order your Starbucks.
Right.
So, I want you to take a guess what mine is, and it's not a pronunciation; it's a spelling.
Oh, okay. So, just call you Ol.
That's what my nephews and nieces, like when they were really little, they call me Uncle. Uncle, like they blend it all as one. Instead of Uncle Cole, it was Uncle. But no, so I work with a guy. Shout out Brent. I'm gonna give you shit here. I don't know how long he did it before we finally told him, but like he had it in Snapchat, had it in his phone as this. He spelled it CHOLE.
Chloe
Chol.
or Chol? Yeah, it'd be Chloe. What the fuck, Chol?
And he finally texted it one day. Like, was texting. We were texting about what we were doing the next day. He's like, "Yeah, we can have Chol, or do you want Chol to do this?" And finally, I texted back and go, "Brent, do you know that's not how you spell my name?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "That's not how you spell my name." And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And I'm like, "How are you going to argue with me on how I spell my name?" But I'm like, "That says Chol." And he's like, "No, that says Cole." And I'm like, "No, that says Chol." And
Chol.
he pulled up his Snapchat and he was like, "See, this is what it is. That's what it came up as." And I said, "No, that's what you had it in your text messages as. So when you added me, that's what it saved as." And I went and I clicked on my name and I was like, "How do I spell it?" And he goes, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Good Lord, dude." Like, I've never, like, I maybe like a K, like
Right.
that's whatever, or a KH, like almost like Coles.
Mhm.
I've got that before, but like Chol, I was like, I don't even know where you got the H from.
Yeah, Chol.
But yep, that was the worst my name's ever been butchered.
Chol Tide. Oh goodness.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve.
I think you already know what this one is. Oh, I missed. What is your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'd say my biggest pet peeve is, I guess like biggest of all time. I don't know. There's like 2 that kind of go together. Not being genuine. Like that just goes along with like, don't tell me bullshit, or don't like speak to me as a human and as a person, and don't beat around the fucking bush, because I can like see through that shit so easily. Like, you don't need to. If I ask you a question, you don't need to send a fucking paragraph text and just beating around the bush. Just give it to me straight.
Yeah.
And then on top of that is people like wasting my time, because
Yes.
I like valuing my time, and I didn't used to do this a lot, but nowadays, now that I'm getting busier, that I have a lot more on my plate, I like to value my time. So if you waste my fucking time or you're not genuine with me, like, that shit just irks me, bro.
Dude, as we get older, we start to value our time a lot more.
Right.
Because I've always mulched since high school, essentially. Like, I've done a couple mulch jobs in the summer, and then it picked up to where I have like 6 or 7 on the side that I do. And this year, I wasn't going to do it because I'm like, last summer, like the whole first, like I couldn't start the patio because every single weekend for like a whole month and a half, I was out doing a mulch job.
Right.
So like I'd be out doing a mulch job. I'd be out at this, at that. Like I just had so much going on. That's what my boss said. He always gives me shit because he's like, you don't have kids and you were the busiest person I know. I was like, I have 8 nieces and nephews, so 3 of them are in baseball or softball right now. So that's like 4 games a week. I don't go to every one, but like I try to, evenly split, go to each one of like the same amount of each one of their games. And especially because one of them is their first year this year. So like I'm trying to go to her games, and she's a freaking stud, man. She's in like T-ball, but they like use a pitching machine for like 6 pitches.
Oh,
and then if they don't hit, they hit off the tee. She's every time she in her like 3 games, every time she's been up the bat, she's hit off the pitching machine.
Damn.
And I'm like, damn, all right, cool. And I gave my oldest niece, I gave her crap because I was like, Kendall, take notes from your sister. And she's like, shut up. Because Kendall's been in a little bit of hitting slump, but she's like there, but she's just like her reaction, like she's hit swinging too late a lot of time. So she's got the swing down. She's just got her timing issues down. But I'm always busy, but we start to value our time much more because I wasn't going to mulch because I'm like, I just want to be able to like relax on the weekends. Like I work not like a crazy long week. I work probably just over 40 hours, like 38 to like 45 is my typical week.
Yeah, but it's not like you're sitting in a chair all day.
No, I'm up walking around.
Exactly.
All day. Maybe I'll get lucky and get to sit in a piece of equipment. But yeah, I mean, you start to value that time of, I just want to be able to enjoy things and do things, and I don't want you wasting my time. And in reality, you're wasting both of our times.
Right.
So, like, let's just get this conversation over with and let me hit the road and it's done with.
Yeah, and it's like I'm building on top of that, kind of those, like, dude, I have no problem like genuinely talking to someone, like having a good conversation with someone. But it's the pointless conversations that for a fact do not matter at all.
Yes.
Like, just the bullshit, bro. Like, let's cut the fucking bullshit. Let's act like grown men.
Like, you're sitting around a fire with your buddies and you're just talking like random bullshit.
Yeah.
But like, if you're like say you run into someone at Kroger and they just keep talking about pointless stuff that does not matter, you're like, please shut up.
Right. Like honestly, I got somewhere to be in 15 minutes.
Stop wasting my time. We did our catching up. Now let me leave.
Right.
And you don't want to, it sucks because you don't want to be that asshole that's just like, I gotta go. And like, just like walk away mid conversation. But like, because that's one of the hard things, like, especially like when we run into like parents we know or something, they'll keep talking and just keep talking. And you're like,
yeah. And I don't get to I will never get to a point where I'm cutting someone off. And it's just,
unless I'm like actually in a rush, I'll stand there as long as I have to.
And I love catching up with people. It's like, it just gets to a point where like, hey, like, yeah, we caught up. We're all good. Like, hey, it's so great to see you. Like, don't think that I don't love you any more or less, but it's like, we all got shit to do.
Yeah.
Like my like, it's not like the only thing left on my agenda is talking to you for the rest of the night,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what's your biggest pet peeve, bub?
No, my biggest pet peeve is probably honestly people that say they're gonna be somewhere like for like whether it's for you or for somebody else, and then cancel on you last minute.
Yeah.
I get certain circumstances that come up and things happen, but one of my biggest things is like, hey, like an example, like, hey, I'm moving. Can you come? Like you ask a buddy, hey, can you bring your truck? Like, I'll throw you some cash. Can you come help me? And they're like, yeah, I'll be there. And then like an hour before it's supposed to happen, they're like, hey, man, I can't make it. And you're like, that just like kind of screwed up my entire plan.
Yeah,
like I was counting on that.
Yeah, you're banking on that. You didn't have time to get a U-Haul or nothing like that. Yeah.
That's one of the things that I think drives me the most nuts. And I've had, people in my life that have done it a lot to the point where I cut them out because I'm like, I can't count on you. Like, I can't count on you for anything, whether it's something simple or something that I truly, honestly need you for. And if you don't show up, like, I'm not saying you have to show up every time. And if you tell me no from the jump, cool, we're good. That's fine. You're busy. I don't care what you're busy with. If you're busy with something, you tell me you're busy, that's fine.
Right.
But don't say you're going to be there and then cancel last minute.
Well, and the fucked up thing is of course you have those, hey, holy shit, this just happened. I'm sorry, I can't. But
I was going to record with somebody, and like an hour before we were supposed to record, he was like, hey, I hate to do this. My fiance is going into labor.
Yeah.
Dude, whatever. I don't give a shit that you canceled. Like, I really don't care.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
dude.
like
Jeez.
that's one of those instances. Like, there is times where it does, like, you have a valid excuse, and I get that. But some of the times, like, being hungover and saying, yeah, I can't make it, and then you're just laying in bed all day, fuck you.
Well, and that, like, where I was going with that, too, is, like, a lot of, like, the bullshit excuses, from the time you wake up that you're not making it. But you wait until the last fucking minute, put me in a bind to a point where, like, dude, you could have just tell me when you wake up that you're not feeling it, and then maybe I can work something out.
Yes.
But you wait 30 minutes before it's supposed to happen, and then you expect me to just snap my fingers and make something fucking happen? Like,
yeah, because, like, it's easy for that person to just be like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
They can brush it off. For us, it's, or like for the the side that's getting affected by it, it's like, you're scrambling essentially to try and figure something out. And not always are you scrambling essentially, but there are those times where you are scrambling trying to figure out, how am I going to do this? And it's just like if I was taking cash for this volleyball tournament and I had, 8 teams that were saying they're going to be there and they're just going to pay when they get there and they don't show up. That's a lot of money that I was counting on.
Put you in a bind.
That's gone. And what am I going to do? How do you try to recover that
money? You can't just make up teams,
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying today's guest. A lot of people ask me how they can support the Roughnecks podcast. So I wanted to take a quick break to tell you the best way to support the podcast is to buy and wear merch. We have merch available on our website, from hats, t-shirts, long sleeves, sweatshirts, and even coffee cups. There are even youth sizes available for the kids. Head over to roughneckspodcast.com and make your purchase today. Thank you for all the support, but let's get back to today's guest.
All right, next question. Got to get back on the right screen. Laundry. Another Reno question. Do you fill the washer up full, like completely full to get it all done, or do you do like a smaller load so that you don't have, like, you're not cramming it all? Then do you do one big load or a bunch of smaller loads?
Me personally, man, I'm gonna go with the big load. That's especially with laundry, dude. I fucking hate doing laundry. It's not even the art of doing laundry. It's more folding the shit after.
That's the worst fucking part. I will put it in the washer, start it. I will switch it to the dryer. When it gets to the dryer, I'm usually like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Literally, bro.
Dude, I can't say how many times it'll sit there for 3 days. Like, me and Sierra both hate folding laundry, and it'll sit there for days, and like we'll just keep like rerunning it until like the next person gets it. And like I'll come down for work, and I'm like, man, I don't have any pants. Go down the dryer, and like, yep, there's a pair of pants. There's a pair of socks. Get away, cat.
But yeah, no, I'm more of a fill the washer up full to get it all done, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I'm not gonna overboard it to where I'm gonna like break the washer, but I'll fill her up.
The only downfall to doing that is usually one dryer run doesn't dry at all.
Yeah, that is true.
So like the smaller loads, it's nice because like you run it once and it's all dry and warm and fuzzy or whatever you want to call it. But then when you run a big load, you usually like there's been times where like I start it at night before I go to bed. I'll come down and grab the pants in the morning. I'm like, man, like you still got a little dampness on the leg or something. You're like, crap, it wasn't all the way dry.
I will say in college, I did not give a fuck. I'm filling that thing with every article of clothing.
Because you were lucky to find one washer available, so you were stuffing. Like when I first started in college, I was like, oh, you got your coloreds, you got your darks, you got your whites, and then I got to the point where I was like, fuck that, it's all going in one load.
Dude, you obviously had like the fucking like the laundry clips for football.
Yes.
Did you ever put like some of your personal shit on there to get it washed too? Like,
I'd usually like sometimes I'd throw in the shorts or something that were like not my football shorts.
Yeah.
But the only problem is our shit was never like it was washed, but it still had that little bit of
dank.
stank.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what that is, and I feel like also wherever they dried that shit was like a jet engine, bro. Like some of like, you know that material that logos are made out of.
Yes.
Fucking like some of my shorts and shit. Like you could tell it was like kind of melty or just. I was like, dude, where the fuck are y'all drying this?
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Some of ours, there was only a couple times that ours was like still wet, and I'd like look at our laundry guy, and he'd be like, I got out of class late, and I'm like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
My shit's wet.
You had one job.
Now it has a fucking shitty smell and a dampness to it. This is bullshit.
Nah, but those laundry clips were fire, bro. Just like being able to like put all your football stuff on something and have it washed for you, so the next day it's just there, and you're, you know.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, so in college football, I'm pretty sure it's like across all levels. Essentially, like we don't do our own football laundry, so we would take, you'd take your shorts that you wore at practice that day, your undershirt if you wore one, your girdle, your practice jersey. Well, we had our clips were for like all of our underwear, you know what I mean? Like shorts, girdles, and that kind of stuff. And then we threw our jerseys in different bins, and they like the red jersey,
like game jerseys,
practice and game.
Oh, okay.
So all of our practice jerseys, like all the defensive practice jerseys, got washed together. All the offenses got washed together, and then quarterbacks were with the defense because it was black and red.
Yeah.
But so we had two piles but it was nice because you literally just like change in the locker room, throw everything on your clip. You'd be walking out, just throw it in the bin and walk, and then you'd come back in and it's in your locker the next day. You didn't have to do a damn thing.
That shit was so clutch, bro. I mean, realistically though, can you imagine like having college students wash their own football shit?
Some of that shit wouldn't get washed the entire year.
Exactly.
Like we would wash our shit because we'd be like, I'm tired of smelling this bad, but like some of that stuff would literally just get thrown in their locker every single day, and it like I guarantee you there would be some practice jerseys that wouldn't get washed.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think I washed my practice jersey every single day. I think like I can't really remember.
So I will say I kind of, so our practice jerseys got washed at the end of the week.
Yeah, I was about to say once a week was when I think I washed my practice.
So you'd wear it. So Mondays were usually kind of more of a film walkthrough days for us. Tuesdays was full pads, shorts, and it might have been shells. Wednesdays was definitely full pads. Yeah. Thursdays was definitely shells. Fridays for us was just helmets. Yeah, so helmets and just
that's how we were. Yeah.
So yeah. And Fridays they didn't do laundry.
Y'all didn't have anything on Sundays?
No, we had Sundays off.
Damn, bro. Yeah, we had pretty sure. Yeah, we had film. We had film on Sundays. Film and you remember like in high school where we would do like the stretch and striders?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had those. We had those on Sundays. It'd be just like pretty much like whole length of the field. We'd go 5 yards each. Fucking stretch and striders. I don't even think we called those stretch and striders in high school. I think I got that from Worcester. Yeah, stretch and striders. That's what it was.
So yeah, I know on for us, like we had Sundays off, but Monday we usually had a lift in the morning, and then in the afternoon, because that's when JV games were
Okay.
Mondays. So JV would usually go play if they had a game, and varsity would. It sounds like you're talking about high school, but in D3 you have a JV and varsity, and we would go sit and watch film, and then we'd usually go to the field if we could, if there wasn't a home JV game, and go over the scouting report for the next week's team.
That's crazy. That I mean, I know a lot of D3 schools have JV, but yeah, Worcester did not have a JV team, bro. I mean, it might have been numbers wise. I'm pretty sure, like compared to like the freshman classes that go into OWU, I think they're a lot smaller than
our
Worcester.
class was like the biggest class that they'd
How
ever
many
seen.
people was it?
I think it was fucking like 60 or some crazy shit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, because we didn't have a JV team, but I think having a JV team at Worcester would have like kept people around longer. You know.
It does, because it gets them that little bit of playing time, but it sucks because like you only get like maybe 4 or 5 games.
Right.
You don't play every week. You get maybe 4 or 5 games, and then like you don't have a lot of time to practice together.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's usually everything's kind of thrown off
Yeah.
because you're used to running the scout team shit that you kind of forget what your own stuff is.
Literally.
So, and like I never really excelled on JV because like you play with a lot of people that are like, some of them kind of like they try to get everybody playing time.
Right.
That doesn't normally, like we wouldn't, basically if you're on JV, you're guaranteed at least some snaps.
Right.
So you're going to get some snaps, but I mean, it was even my sophomore year when I was the number 2 safety and ended up starting the second half of the year. The one JV game, I think I got like 3 series because there was like 8 safeties. So
Right.
like it was just a big rotation of us all going in, which was I'm fine with. Everybody gets some reps, but it's like that's not what I want to do. Like if I'm gonna go play a JV game, man, I want to play like it's a real game and not feel like it's like kind of like a scrimmage.
Right. I mean, they were just trying to get people on film, I guess. But it's like, I don't know. I was a JV fucking warrior in high school, bro. I treated that shit like it was the big leagues. But
Bullshit, man. I never got to. I wish I'd have got to play more JV, honestly.
dude, it was a good time, bro. But I mean, I know what you mean, wanting to like. I mean, I never played JV in college, obviously, just because we didn't have one. But being on JV in high school, like, of course, you're like, damn, like, I would rather be playing on, like, Friday nights, but
Yeah.
being able to go out there, play the sport you love, but have fun, like, it didn't really matter on JV if you won or lost.
What was your guys' record on JV?
I don't remember.
Exactly. Nobody cares about that shit.
No idea, dude.
We remember our varsity records, but no one remembers the records on JV.
The big thing I remember about JV high school football, bro, is fucking JOPs, bro.
Jump on piles.
Dude, I swear, I led the league in JOPs, JV, bro. I swear.
I remember because like the varsity would sit there and you jumped on the pile. I was like, Dante with the JOP. I remember yelling it on the field.
It was fun. That was a good time, bro. And it wasn't like, obviously, like you want to win, bro, but like the coaches aren't on your ass. Like, it's not all about winning, bro. It's about more developing. And I think that's what I credit a lot of like my senior year success to, was grinding on JV.
Well, that's the thing. If you wouldn't have grinded on JV, you wouldn't have had a good year come your senior year.
Right.
You like JV is the time to put in the work that you've been putting in is to put it on film.
Right.
And that's what coaches see. They see that kind of stuff, and it's just where you can actually grow and perfect, in quotes, your craft and get good at it, is when you're actually in that moment. Like we can all go through the motions in practice and have a sweet play in practice, but it doesn't really matter in practice. You got to do it in a game situation, because we both know in a game situation things are completely different.
Yeah. What I would do, bro, just to like have a time machine, just go back to like August 1st, our senior year, bro.
Dude, so you know what I forget about a lot of times that was cool as shit that we did in high school? Midnight Blitz.
Bro.
That shit, for people who do not know what Midnight Blitz is, Midnight Blitz at walk-ins. I don't know if do they still do it?
I don't know. I know they have a new coaching staff, but I feel like that would be a tradition that me personally, I would want to carry on as a coach, no matter like forever, you know?
The coolest shit, man. So we would literally, our first practice of the year would be at midnight, August 1st. It'd start. And it wasn't like a traditional practice. It was kind of more of a,
It's like a spring game kind of, but not with the scrimmaging, you know?
you do like some 7-on-7, but you do a lot of drills.
Mhm.
And it's freshmen are included in it. So like it's everybody in one practice, which normally freshmen practice separately
Right.
than us. But it's everybody in one practice. But it was at midnight for what? Midnight till 2 a.m.
Yep.
And then we had to be back there at like noon the next day.
I mean,
think.
that was the worst part is showing up the next day.
'Cause all your
'Cause-
adrenaline's super
Yeah.
high, and then you're like, I can't
And
fall
it's
asleep.
the start of fucking 2-a-days, like the next day, or well, 3-a-days for us. Like,
Yeah.
y'all youngins, if y'all youngins listening to this, bro, y'all have it fucking good nowadays. We used to go fucking 8 to 3:30, 3-a-days, bro. We would have like offense,
Morning
defense,
was
and then
offense, then we'd have lunch, then we'd go defensive practice, and we had a small break,
Mhm.
and then we'd do special teams.
Yeah, fucking 3-a-days. If not, don't let anyone lie to you. We used to grind 8 to 3:30, bro. That's a fucking full-time job, and I remember I had to go to work after that shit. Senior year, at least, I definitely had to go
Yeah.
to work after.
Oh, dude, those were definitely the grind days of, like, you just go sit in your locker for an hour and just sit there and like try to cool down.
Nah, dude, I remember like a bunch of us used to, maybe, or I never did, but remember, I don't know if you went to Morris's house, but in between,
Yeah, I
you
did,
did?
so I could go put a dip in.
Dude, do you remember remember when I used to sit just in my locker?
Yeah.
I used to literally sit there
Yes.
the break. I would literally just fucking sit there, eat my PB&J, and fucking keep it moving, bro.
Yeah, I used to go to Morris's just so I could throw a dip in between practices. That was just senior year, I'm pretty sure. Every other year I just stayed at school.
Nah, bro. I mean, like, even, I don't know, we're definitely getting off track from this question, bro, but just like reminiscing on high school, kind of how when we asked you the question, like college football or high school football, and you said high school football, I definitely agree with that just because, I mean, college football is a blast. Like, don't get me wrong, college is a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Playing college football is a fucking blast. But you do not grow up with those guys.
No.
I mean, like,
Maybe one.
right, maybe one.
Maybe someone you knew went to there.
Exactly.
That's
Maybe
very
someone that
unlikely.
was in your high school league went to the same school as you, but you still didn't grow up with them. Like, but high school, bro, like, you're playing with those guys. If you're in the same school district, you're playing with those guys from youth league,
You're
bro.
playing with them or against them.
Literally,
sometimes both in the mix of it.
And you cannot, like, I don't know. Coaches used to always say, hey, you'll never get these days back. This is the greatest. And you don't really fucking believe it, but I'm.
Oh, dude, how many times did they say that in our pregame speech?
Yeah.
Like, seniors, enjoy this. You're never going to
Literally.
get this back.
Literally, bro. There's no better feeling playing under the lights, bro. That whole week, wearing your jersey to school. You don't do that shit in college. I hope you know that. You do not wear your fucking jersey to classes. Like,
If
maybe.
you do, then what's wrong with you?
Right, like I used to wear like my polo.
Yes.
Like my polo maybe on like the Fridays before games, or like if we had a travel day, I'd wear my polo, but nah, you do not get those days back. So any youngins listening to this, bro, just listen to me carefully and just enjoy that shit, please, bro, cuz you do not get it back.
I mean, how many plays do you remember from college versus how many plays do you remember from high school? You were like, yeah, you're like, I remember that game. I can't tell you scores really from high or college. Even the time we beat Denison, I can't tell you. Like, that was probably my favorite win of all time. I can't tell you what the score was. I just know we won. But I can tell you scores from high school.
Yeah, I can tell you
I can tell you we lost 40-30 my sophomore year to Granville.
Right.
I can tell you like a ton of scores. I can tell you specific plays of what happened, what like things that went wrong. Like, I can just remember these things vividly, but in college it's kind of all like a blur.
Yeah, I have like 2-3 major plays that I remember in college, but high school wise, like I can remember games like vividly, bro. It's just crazy. It's crazy the difference there, man, but it's just I don't really know The only difference I really know of, I guess, would be just growing up with those guys. Of
Yeah.
course, in college you get really close to guys, but
I mean, especially like you live with some of them,
Right.
so like you get really close.
I think it's more or less maybe just the growing phase of like being young, bro, and like actually maturing with people.
Yes,
Like, cause me and you, we saw each other grow into the people that we became, bro. Or like senior year, like all that work we put in from fucking jits from freshman year, we saw that come to is it fruition? Fruition, yeah.
I think
That's a big word. Sorry, everyone. We saw that come to life. And it's just, I don't know, it's a magical time. So
it really is.
don't hate on high school sports, I'm telling you. I mean, it's not like we're fucking old men sitting back here, but
Yeah,
gotta love it.
gotta love it. Next question.
Yeah, my bad. We definitely got fucking way
that's fine.
sidetracked, but
That's what we normally do, so like it's normal for us. Life. Oh, great. Yeah, well, it kind of segues right into it. So, what do you think the meaning of life is? Wow, we went deep here.
Woo! You want to go first?
I got this one. I think the meaning of life, honestly, is to sit back and enjoy it. Not all the time. Like, you have to grind, obviously, but you have to enjoy the process. You have to enjoy walking more than you do the end result. You have to enjoy walking more than you do running, because when you walk, you like think about it. When you're running, you're kind of going past things. You kind of maybe look at it, but you like don't get a good look at it. You're walking, you're looking at it for a good like 20 seconds as you're passing it by. So you have to enjoy walking more than you do running. So you have to enjoy life more often. And I think if you don't slow down and enjoy it, then what is the point of your life? If you like, I'm not saying don't grind, don't work your ass off, but if you are grinding 24/7 and you don't even slow down enough to enjoy it, why are you doing what you're doing? That's the biggest thing. You have to slow down and enjoy the process.
I would say my meaning of life, I definitely agree with everything you just said. That's real shit. My meaning of life, I would say life is a bunch of lessons. So it's a bunch of challenges and lessons, and you learn along the way. So you're gonna have things that pop up in your life that you're kind of asking yourself, why me? But when you ask yourself that, you're kind of taking away from the fact that even if you're not even really religious, the higher power is putting that into your life to see how you react to it. So how do you react to adversity? And that's life. But I also think life, kind of like you said, you have to enjoy the little things in life. If you are living for that big moment every day, you're going to miss all the subtle things that happen in your life. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I get to thinking, like, cause I'm moving out soon. Like Liv and I got our own spot in Columbus, for August. And
So you're adulting?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Like, seriously. It's going to be tough for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I sit back and think, I'm like, damn, like, I'm not going to be with my mom. I'm not going to be with Tanel every day.
So for the people listening, that's what I meant by tough. Not like he's going to struggle living by himself. I just meant because I know his relationship with his family.
Yeah, and it's just like, damn, I'm not going to be around the folks every day, man. But it's like, the little things that sometimes I think like, hey, like, damn, I don't, like, as a family, we don't do a lot together. But then you start to think of the little things, like last night, like me, my mom, and Tanel, we made like calzones together, you know? It's like the little fucking things, dude. It doesn't have to be a big event, but it's just the little things in life that you really need to hone in on and appreciate, because some of those people or some of those things are not going to be in your life forever. So it's just, I think the true meaning of life for me is just hone in on the little things, appreciate every step of the way, and then also how do you react to those challenges of life, you know?
You know, the whole cliche saying of life is a roller coaster is the absolute fucking truth.
Oh, yeah.
You are going to go up, you're going to come back down. And like, once you go up, you're going to come down. Like,
literally.
You have to, like, the hill, like, but you had to come from down to get up. Yeah. So like it is a bunch of ups and downs. Things are going to go good. Things are going to go bad. Things are going to go back to good. They're going to go back to bad. But some of that is also our mind and how we perceive things.
Mm-hmm.
We can take it bad. Like that's where it's you take that bad situation and turn it of this is a bad situation, but it's a lesson, like you talked about. It is something that I can learn from, something that I can grow from. If I sit here and sulk on it, I'm wasting time. Like we talked about hating doing. People don't let people waste your time, but don't waste your own time too. Sulking over something. I'm not saying don't grief, don't, sulk, but it has to be limited. You have to limit it because you can't waste your life. Life is precious. Life is short. You cannot waste it. Like I can already think of a ton of things that I've sat back and gone, I spent too much time worrying about that breakup for no fucking reason. Like it's not coming back. It does not matter. Why am I worried about it that much? You go through that, like every person's gone through that where they sit there and sulk over a relationship after they broke up for too long. You sulk for too long. You just got to move past it. And it's tough to do. I get it. But, I will say, going off of one of the things, when you move out, when you go back home, you realize how long, like, how many times, like, you're like, man, I just want to get the fuck out of this house. I just want out. I don't want to be here. I'm around these people all the fucking time. But then now when I go home, like, Sierra just knows, like, when we go over, I'm like, oh, it'll be a quick stop. And she's like, okay. Like, she just knows. Like, we're going to be here for an hour at least. And, like, we'll just talk, like, me and my parents just talk about random things. And, like, I just sit there sometimes while they're watching TV. I'll just be sitting there watching TV with, like, you just don't want to leave a little bit because you're like, man, like, this is home. I spent 20 years of my freaking life, 20 plus years of my life here. Like, this is home. Whether it's the same house or not, like, it's the people that are home, not the actual place.
Yeah, and then even building off that, how you're saying life's a roller coaster, my biggest thing when something shitty happens, when you're at your rock bottom, the only option, if you're at your rock bottom, the only option is to go up from there. There is nothing, if you're at rock bottom, there is nothing that can happen to make it anything worse. So what the fuck, the only fucking option you have is to rise up.
Yes.
Keep succeeding. There's no other option there. Unless you want to fucking live on rock bottom, which I'm not telling you what to do, but who the fuck wants to live there?
No.
Like, like the only option is to rise up, and that's what life's about, is continuing to rise up. Let life knock you down, but continue to rise up and keep fucking grinding.
Yes. Like, I mean, that's the thing is, like, you're at rock bottom, and how many people do you say, like, what else can go wrong? Nothing. Unless you let it. Like, nothing else can go wrong at this point. But you could also take that little thing and let your mind be like, oh, it's another thing that's wrong and everything's just falling apart. And it's like, no, that's just a little thing. Just keep going. You go, move past it. Let's go.
Like you had a shitty day.
A speed bump in the road.
Like you had a shitty day, then you get a flat tire. Is that flat tire really that big of a fucking deal? No, but you could let it be that big of a deal. My big thing about life, too, is only control the thing, or only care about the things that you can control.
Yes.
Why the fuck are you getting angry about something that happened outside of your immediate control? You can't control your tire going flat. You can if maybe you kind of slacked off on maybe getting new tires, and your tires are bald and you knew that they were going to fuck up someday, but only control the things that you can control in your life. Or only care about the things that you can control in life. Only let those things affect you, because if you try to start really caring about things that you can't control, then you're just going to get yourself into a point where you're very stressed out and depressed all the time.
So, like, if your tires are bald and you blow a tire, that's kind of on you. There's, like, it is what it is, but you take that on you. Don't take it out on other people. You did that. Take it as it is. Learn from it. But say your tire went flat because you ran over a nail. It's not on you. You didn't know that fucking nail was there.
Yeah, literally. How are you going to see a nail?
Stress over it like, oh, I'm tight on money. That's life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but everybody's been tight on money. I hope. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, there's some people who probably have never been tight on money.
Don't think about it. But a lot of people that are listening, I guarantee, have been in that situation. I'll be honest, I'm tight on money right now.
Oh shit, me too, bub.
It's tight.
Today was payday, and I'm instantly tight on money. I had to pay the bills today, man.
It's payday, so we're getting beers. That's the thing. It's like, but that's also the thing you learn too. It's like, man, yeah, I would love to have a beer tonight, but I have X amount of money left in my account. I could spend $20 or $15 or $6 on beer, or I could just save that for something that I truly need it for.
Right.
Like that's adulting. Hashtag adulting.
Yeah.
But like, it's one of those things that you start to look at that truly matters, and life is. We could go into a lot of conversations about life.
Yeah, we could.
We've done it a ton of times, and we'll continue to do it. But we'll go with one. What's the time? We'll go one more question. We'll look at both headings. So we have 2 questions left in the queue. We'll look at both headings, and you get to pick which one.
Oh shit. Okay.
Happy place or coincidence?
Oh. I think after the life talk, happy place.
Damn it.
Or let's do coincidence. Fuck it.
I know what the question is, and I have a really good one that scared the fuck out of me.
All right, let's do it.
What is the strangest coincidence that you ever had? You want me to just go first since I already know what it is? All right. So, the other night, I'm watching, it was probably a couple weeks ago, I'm watching, what is it called? Full Swing on Netflix. It's like a golf documentary it goes behind the scenes kind of with a lot of these professional golfers and stuff. And so I went and looked, or I'm watching this documentary, and I'm watching it, been watching it for a couple days. I get on my phone, I'm scrolling through Instagram. Video pops up. And I stop and watch it because it's golf, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. I wasn't really paying attention to TV. I was more paying attention to my phone. And then all of a sudden I realized my phone and my TV were in sync.
Holy shit.
This video popped up, and it is the exact spot of the show that I'm in. It's like an ad for that. It's not an account that I follow. It was a sponsored thing. So it popped up right at the exact time of me watching that clip on that TV. And I literally looked up and was like looking back at my phone and my TV, and I threw my phone. I was like, that's fucking weird.
Dude, they're listening to you, man.
I don't think it's a coincidence, but it is kind of a coincidence. That's scary. Because that right there, if you do not think that your phone is listening to you, whatever you do to your privacy settings, they are still listening.
Well, actually, I mean, I took a class on this in college, bro. It's like media studies, and I don't know. You can't really like say that the phone's not listening to you, because they definitely could be. But a lot of it, bro, is they're able, with how much data they have on you, like the metadata, they can predict your behavior. That's mostly what it is. They can predict your behavior.
That's what was also weird, because like at the time, you know how like when you like certain things on TikTok or Instagram, it goes to that. And at that time was when I was golfing a couple times. I already gone golfing. I'm watching a bunch of golf videos, and I'm getting real into it. So like, and I'm watching the Full Swing documentary. So it was really golf oriented, but it was just so scary, the fact that they were literally in sync.
Yeah, that is fucking weird, dude.
Like, Sierra wasn't even home, and she got home, and I was like, you got to hear what just happened to me. It was crazy.
No, yeah, that shit is insane. Social media is like, have you ever been like talking about something and then get on Instagram and like the first ad you see is what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
It's like, I've never searched for that.
Right.
Like, there's been times we'll talk about something at work, and it's like nothing that I've ever looked up. Brent's talking about something that he did with his Honda or something, Honda parts. And I'm like, what the fuck?
There's the fucking part you're talking about.
Why is there an ad for that? Like, I've never looked this up in my life. I didn't even know what it was before today.
Yeah, dude, it's super weird, bro. Super weird. The strangest coincidence you've ever had? I don't even know if I have a strangest, but dude, I think it's so weird. Do you ever get into those moments where you're doing something, like you're mid doing like just something random, or maybe like at an event or something, and then you take a step back and you're like, holy shit, dude. Like, I swear that I've either dreamt about this before or I've done this before.
Yes.
Bro, I have those moments all the time, and it's really fucking scary to me because, like, yeah, I don't dream that much, or like, okay, yeah, you supposedly dream every night, but I don't remember my dreams a lot.
No.
So maybe it could just be straight dreams, but dude, there's been some situations where I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I look around and I'm like, what the fuck? I've definitely either done this before or like thought about this before, I guess. I don't know. I
The
don't have a
weirdest is like when you're at
strangest
a new place that you've never been to or something.
Yeah,
Or you meet someone new and you're like, why does this feel so familiar?
right. Yeah.
Like, why? Like, or you're walking around a mall or something you've never been to, but you're like, yeah, there's this store. How did I know that this store was over here?
Literally,
Like, it's just
bro.
like weird things. Your mind plays these games on you sometimes that you're just like, what in the world just happened?
Or even like you're in a situation, and you say something, and then like, or like you're like, hey, yeah, this the da 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 da, and then you stop for a second. You're like, what the fuck, dude?
Where did
Like,
that come from? I didn't even know I knew that.
Right. I didn't know I knew that, or I've heard that before, or like some shit. But yeah, I don't really have a strangest coincidence, but I feel like sometimes I'm just in situations and I'm just like, I look around and I'm like, what the hell? I've definitely either done this before or like thought of this somehow. Like something's fucking weird here.
Yes, 100%.
The simulation is broken.
Yeah, it's weird. Something like that happens all the time, and I guarantee millions of people have had like the
Right.
exact same thing where you're doing something and it's like, I feel like I've done this before.
Literally, dude. That shit's so weird.
Yeah, but that's a wrap on Q&A Friday number 9. Thanks, Dante, for coming on.
I appreciate you for coming on.
Not your scheduled episode, but we'll have that in 3 weeks or so. Episode 176 will be the Hold My Beer with me, Dante, and Reno. Where Dante's going to be doing the intro.
Oh, bet. I'm hyped.
I figured I was like, I'm going to throw it in. I'm going to let one of them do the intro this time.
I'll rip the intro. I'm ready for it now.
So yeah, we got 176. Hold My Beer. But yeah, volleyball tournament. Tune in to Sweaty. Go check out my episode on Sweaty.
Oh, this shit's hilarious, everyone. I hope y'all know. Definitely check it out.
What
Give us a follow, too, if you
Holy
like.
Mother Mary. But yeah, go check out Sweaty at the Sweaty Show.
Yep.
Check them out. Go follow at Roughnecks Podcast, of course. But until Monday, you guys know the deal. Life is hard and it's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let that bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you liked today's episode, then please be sure to share it with a friend. You can follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Roughnecks Podcast. Head over to roughneckspodcast.com and grab yourself some Roughnecks merch. Until next time, make sure you grab the bull by the horns and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.